See, this is a simple question. Fx is equal to 1 minus x, 1 plus modulus 1 minus x modulus, that is, and cos 1 by 1 minus x, 1 minus x. So here this is left hand limit, this is right hand limit, this is left hand limit. So let us see from the first case, that is left hand limit. Your limit that is limit x tends to 1 minus fx, that is equal to limit h tends to 0 f 1 minus h. Now, so see here, this is an easy question, but there is a little bit, a small decision makings you have to done. What is the problem here is that here cos is okay, there is no problem with cos, but the problem here is that here is about this 1 by 1 minus x. So here simply if you place the value 1 here, it becomes not defined. So this is the main problem here, which is created by this cos. And so, but no doubt it creates a problem, because 1 by infinity it will be not defined, yet you can solve it. Let us see. Left hand limit, this is left hand limit, so this will be limit, your limit h tends to 0 f, this is 1 minus h close. Now 1 plus modulus 1 minus h modulus, this is closed, and then modulus 1 minus h modulus, and this is cos 1 by 1 minus h. So here you see that limit your h tends to 0, 1 minus h, here this will be 1 plus modulus 1 minus h, 1 minus 1 plus h, and now this is modulus 1 minus 1 plus h. So cos again 1 by 1 minus 1 plus h. So here you see this. So now that is limit h tends to 0, 1 minus, and this is 1 minus h, and here this will be 1 plus h, and then here this will be h cos 1 by h. Now this will be limit h tends to 0, 1 minus a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square by h cos 1 by h. So this will be limit h tends to 0, this will be h square by h cos 1 by h. So this will be a limit h tends to 0, h cos 1 by h. So here your h becomes 0, so 0 into anything is 0. This is 0. You do not confuse about this, because you might be thinking that 1 by 0 is infinity, again 0 in infinity. We do not consider it like that. here since h is 0, so 0 into anything is 0. So what is the main point here, that the setting of the question you see here, where does a student does the mistake? He will do the mistake here. That will, he will open this bracket, 1 minus 1 plus h, 1 cancel out, h will remain. So here they make some mistake, but you see that this is into. If you do this 1 minus, if you open this, then 1 minus 1 plus h, 1 cancel h, so h is cancel out, that will be 1 plus h. Again your this h is 0, so you can say that h, so this will create a problem to you. Why this will create a problem to you? Again I am telling you why. The format of, you see the format of this question, where does a student makes the problem, the probability of committing a mistake, where is the probability? The probability comes here. What will happen, most of the student, you will find that they will solve this. So this will be 1 minus h plus h, 1 cancels out h, so here h remains, and again this h and h cancels out, so ultimately only this portion remains. So this will be cos 1 by h and plus h cos 1 by h. So at that time h cos 1 by h will be 0, but cos 1 by h will create a problem and you will be unable to solve it. So this is there is nothing about this question, only the arrangement you have to, while solving you keep the concentration, that you have to be concentrated, that you see that this is the product, these two are products. So these two are the products, so you have to first of all solve the product, and then you will get a correct answer. And never be confused with this one, because 1 by h, you might be thinking that h is 0, so 1 cos infinity, there is nothing about cos infinity. There is no such type of questions, because here this h, if the answer remains like this, suppose if the answer remains like this 1 by h, then limit h tends to 0. Then at this, suppose what I am going to explain is what type of problems might come and how to take the decision. What type of problems might come, why I have taken this question, and what I want to tell you, that what are the problems that might come, and you may feel it will be difficult for you to solve it. What type of problems it might come? Suppose if your answer ends here, then there is a problem. You can't give any decision, because cos 1 by h tends to 0. You can't give any decision here. So when you are unable to give decision, that means your limit does not exist. That means your limit does not exist. See, if suppose, what I want to tell you, if your last result comes out like this, then you can't give any decision. When you can't give any decision, that means limit does not exist. But here your last, you got the answer, h tends to h into cos 1 by h. So here, when h, here we give the importance to h, because when h becomes 0, 0 into anything is 0. So in that case, we give the importance to h. So here your answer will be h. So I think so it is clear to you. So I have explained it. See the format of the question. Only it is not a tough question, but the format has been made in such a way that the probability of getting a mistake, committing a mistake, the probability that the student may commit a mistake in this point. And another is that if your result comes out this, then what you will do? Then, because you have reached to a position where you can't give any decision, then you say that limit does not exist. But if this your last result is this one, then you can give a decision, because when h becomes 0, 0 into multiplied by anything is 0. So the maximum importance is given to h instead of this. So now that means your 0 left hand limit is 0. That means your D option is correct. Your left hand limit, it has come to 0, so your left hand limit is correct. Now let us come to the right hand limit. When we come to, let us see what will happen if we take the right hand limit. Let us see what will happen if we take the right hand limit. So right hand limit, that is limit x tends to 1 plus your fx, that is equal to limit h tends to 0 f 1 plus h. So in this function this will be limit h tends to 0 1 minus 1 plus h, then big bracket 1 plus modulus 1 plus h minus sorry it is 1 minus 1 plus h, and then modulus and your bracket close, and below it is modulus 1 minus 1 plus h. So modulus cos, here this will be 1 by 1 minus 1 plus h. So now here you see that this will come out to be limit h tends to 0 1 minus 1 plus h, and this will be 1 plus modulus 1 minus 1 minus h modulus. So this by modulus 1 minus 1 minus h. So cos, this will be 1 by minus h. So here you see that limit your h tends to 0 1 minus 1 plus h. So this will be 1 minus modulus, this will be plus h. So now divided by this is minus modulus h, and this will be cos minus theta is plus theta cos theta. So this comes out to be this. Now here this will be limit h tends to 0 1 minus, this is a plus b the whole square. So a square minus plus 2ab plus your b square, and here by h, so cos 1 by h. So this is limit h tends to 0. So this will be minus 1. So this will be 1 minus 1 minus 2h minus h square by h, and cos 1 by h. So this 1 cancels out. So this will be limit h tends to 0. So this will be h common minus 2 minus h by h cos 1 by h. So this h is cancels out. So your result is this limit h tends to 0 minus 2 minus h cos 1 by h. So here if this h becomes 0, it is minus 2 cos 1 by h. So now the same condition comes here, that you can't give any decision here. See, the main problem is this: if h is 0, so your result will be minus 2 cos 1 by h, and about cos 1 by h you do not know anything about cos 1 by h, because h tends to 0 it will be infinity. So you do not know anything, you can't give any so here the problem is that you are unable to give any decision. You can't give any decision. When you can't give any decision, that means your limit does not exist. Therefore you say that limit, that is limit does not exist. You say that limit does not exist. So this is the importance of this question. It is easy, but at the last moment it makes you to take decision, because you know that what is the value of cos. You know that the cos x its value is greater than equal to minus 1 less than equal to 1. Its value is. Now here you see you do not know about 1 by h, that is cos infinity, you do not know anything about it. And here this h becomes 0, so minus 2 cos 1 by h. Now you are unable to give any decision. You are unable to give any decision. When you are unable to give any decision, that means what is the result? That means you are unable, that means that limit does not exist, therefore limit does not exist. So your first option is correct. So this is the importance of this question, that their circumstances rises where I have early told you that if your limit is like this, 0 cos 1 by h. You are unable to give any decision. You are 1 by h. You are unable to give any decision. Then that means when you are unable to give any decision, that means your limit does not exist. That means limit does not exist. But if it is limit, your h tends to 0, h cos 1 by h. Here you can give decision, cos 1 by h, cos 1 by h. Here 1 by h. Here you can give a decision. That means since h is 0, 0 multiplied by anything is 0. Here you can give decision. So this case and this case is similar, unable to give decision, so your limit does not exist.